Everyone. Hello everyone. With us today we are here to discuss about something called NABARD Grade A. NABARD Grade A 2021. The recruitment process is completed this year. यानी अब उसकी recruitment process complete हुई है और the selected candidates list is out. Today we have one of the selected candidates, that is Ayisha. She has cleared the examination this year, and not only she's someone who has focused on NABARD Grade A, but also she's cleared many other examinations. Someone who's determined to work further towards her goals. So today we are with her so that we can know more about NABARD Grade A, what to do, what has been her journey in all the troubles, because ultimately any of these examinations, regulatory bodies examinations, are definitely hard to crack. So what has been her journey, her obstacles, and her point of view of preparing for NABARD Grade A? This is what we are looking forward to today. So kindly be there and understand the entire working of NABARD Grade A recruitment process. Okay, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. I'm happy. I'm very good.
So congratulations first that you have cleared this examination.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am.
So Ayisha, when you talk about the NABARD Grade A examination, how was the entire journey of NABARD Grade A for you?
Okay, I have been preparing for examination for quite a long time. I passed out in 2017, and since then it has been like four and a half years now. I started with UPSC and I didn't clear the prelims, and I diversified into other exams. For NABARD, it's my second attempt. I couldn't clear the prelims first time. I missed the preliminary cutoff by like one marks. So then I realized that it requires some strategized preparation. This time it was like qualifying was there and the merit section was there. So my cons and reasoning part was on a weaker side, and but my AI, because of my UPSC background, ARDESI was my strength. So that was the thing. I have applied for many exams, reached to the last stages, never been in the final list. So I realized then my weak points. I realized that I must understand where do I lack, at least this time. So that made all the differences, I believe, this time.
So it's more like all the obstacles were, or the hurdles which were there in your entire journey, they turned out to be the lessons for you, and you turned those lessons into the success there, right?
Yeah, I could say like that, because I realized that my issue was that retention. My memory was, I make notes, I make a lot of them, I study everything, but I don't revise. Or like when the question is there, I know the question very familiar, but when I point the answer, it somehow goes wrong, especially with regard to objective. So this time I made sure that there were multiple revision, 4 or 5 times I revised my notes, everything that was available, and did many mocks and made sure that no stones are unturned, at least for this time. So it's actually worked. So all the 3 stages I diligently prepared, worked hard. So finally, this is it.
So when we talk about your entire journey, how much time did you devote towards specifically NABARD Grade A? Since you were preparing for multiple examinations, that is visible from the conversation only. So did you sit specifically for NABARD Grade A for some time to prepare specifically for it and no other examination?
Yeah, there was a phase from I know that I had to prepare for agriculture rural development, since I have no background in that. So I devoted like 2 3 hours per day, starting from the notification was out in I think at the fag end of July. So from June on May last year, May last, I started preparing for ARD. So I collected materials because of this agriculture things. That terminologies were difficult for me, so I started revising. 2 3 hours I spent, and almost the portion was. I knew what I wanted to study even before the notification was almost out. Then once the notification was out, I revised everything, did the mocks, and was prepared for it. And that material actually acted as a fodder for the descriptive examination too. So then I used to follow the newspapers, had my own notes for everything. So my own notes was there, very customized, very small, abridged one. So that actually very helped me very much. Last time revisions, because between the prelims result and mains, there's all actually very small duration. So when we run behind the sources, nothing would happen. That I made that mistake earlier, so I didn't repeat it this time. So that was it. That was my strategy actually. I was prepared. I wanted to. I knew that I will be appearing for this. So these are. I was very familiar with the syllabus also. These all things are there. No need for a vast study, but very focused, pinpointed study. Actually, that is something we always make mistakes. We run behind a lot of sources. That's a mistake.
So according to you, one should always compile their notes before time. So by the time the exam is there, you don't have to run behind another set of compilation of notes and
Yeah.
another set of resources. And this is what I normally tell the students as well. Before you start sitting for the examination, do not wait for the last time moment that I'll collect the notes from random resources and then I'll prepare.
Yeah.
Google can help you, but if you are gonna run errands and going to find new and new things, and you don't have the time to read it, you don't have the time to revise everything, then it's useless.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so when we talk about the NABARD Grade A, how was your entire process regarding interview? What was the thing that they asked you in the interview, and what was your take about it?
Yeah, for the interview turned out to be the most interesting part of the whole process because it's an interaction. So I have taken ABHIPEDIA's mock interview, and so sir asked me questions from a wider range, starting from history, location, agriculture in my district, and so on and so on. And finally, he said me something that you are going to get nothing less than the best marks. They will award you the interview, and that thing was actually running in my head. I was super scared during the real interview. So this my in my head was like somebody who is very expertise in this said me this. Okay, I will go do this very well. Actually, the interview was very good. And I went through the annual report of NABARD, the PLP, and the website. Actually, very thorough with the website. So they picked very random questions from the website also. So you should know the ground realities of what was happening in our district, in our locality regarding the functions of NABARD. So such things which were on a bit on the expected lines, but it depends upon how we tackle the questions and what we say actually in the interview.
So you were able to manage in the entire stress as well, or you fumbled somewhere, or you felt that I might this is the question which I have no clue about. Was there any such question?
The interview, I was initially scared, but the panel was very cordial. Especially the head of the panel was, and he was making very comfortable. And actually, it was only one question, which there was a lady member. She asked me about some SHD, about some marketing strategy of self-help group, which I had no clue, which I politely said that I am not aware. The other questions were actually all of the questions I was thankfully able to manage. So when it goes on a initially when you get that momentum, actually we could be able to manage the whole process actually.
Agreed. So when we talk about NABARD Grade A, since you have the UPSC background as well, and you had been preparing for multiple examinations, if as a student I come to you and I ask you that I am preparing for NABARD Grade A, how much time I need to devote to crack the examination? Specifically for NABARD Grade A, what should I do?
Yeah, starting initially that would be like understanding your weaknesses and strength would be one thing. Some people will be very good at quant reasoning kind of thing, so it will be a cakewalk for them for the prelims. For me, that was actually a bigger task. I need to qualify that I would hit that mark, so I worked on that. On the ESA and ARD side, you need to have the sources, multiple time revision, and find the sources, compile it beforehand, at least a month before the expected notification, and then like revise and see our notes must be our first thing. Make a comprehensive notes, seek help from somebody who have cleared, somebody who have some expertise in this field. And with regard to descriptive, actually we had to practice written answers thoroughly, get it corrected, manage the time. So there might be some questions which is completely out of the blue. So we should think in the mind that nobody might be knowing this. We are not alone in this. There was a question of crossbreeding in the exam, which was like totally unaware of it. But I knew some facts about crossbreeding. What is crossbreeding? So somehow manage the answer writing. Answer writing requires some skills, which is not impossible definitely. So we have to like keep in mind during the initial phase of preparation that this is a task which actually makes our list in the final list. Descriptive mains is a factor deciding our final selection. So that thing should be kept in mind. So that was I would say for a student who's coming to me that have a plan, have a detailed plan, know the syllabus well, know the requirement of the exam, and top of all, know your strengths and weaknesses.
So when we talk about the NABARD Grade A examination, if I am preparing for it for the first time and I have no clue about answer writing, so shall I start for both the phases together, or shall I wait till the time I clear the first phase and then learn the answer writing and go forward towards the second phase?
I would say that we should start together, because once the prelims result is out, 30-40 days, you'll be like total tensed. What to do? We have to study. We have to write the like essay. We have to write as an essay and letter. So I would suggest that once you have decided to give the exam, practice answer writing from the very beginning. If you have the fodder material, it's like when you write, you learn also. So practicing from the very beginning is very important. Otherwise, that will cost a lot in the final selection.
Okay. I have a very weird terminology with that terminology is that in every examination there is one hero paper, that hero subject that is going to bring every other subject, even if they are weaker, it uplifts the entire score. According to you, which was your hero paper or your subject which ultimately helped you further?
I would say that is economic and social issues. That is like I love learning it. I love reading the newspaper. So updating with the things was actually something I was accustomed to. So it was like you're reading the newspaper and we have to strategize what might be the question coming from this. So that actually I was very strong in this. That actually helped me a lot. I would not say very strong. I worked towards making it stronger. So because of it's been a quite a time. 4 years is not a small time. So that time actually helped me in gaining that strength actually.
So to compile everything, it's more about a consistent learning and not stopping at the disappointments, rather continuing further and picking yourself up even when you fall. That is ultimately the journey of any student out there, because that's how from an aspirant you become a grade A officer. Or when we talk about it, you complete your journey only when you have the guts and at the same time the patience and consistency to kill it, because ultimately the dreams are farer when you are just sitting out there and not working on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so congratulations for the entire thing. And before we conclude this particular video session, what is your last message to everybody who's going to be a part of this journey this year in their preparation? What is your specific message that you can give to all those aspirants?
About the preparation strategy that I have shared, all the things I have shared about how to strategize and all. Apart from that, you must know that your hard work never goes in vain. In some or the other form, it will come back to us. So patience is very important. Prepare hard, be consistent. So one day everything is going to be fine. And it's rightly said that the night is darkest before the dawn. So I really believe in that. It has been a very grueling, very disappointing journey so far. So finally, I've got the result. If I have quitted in any time before this, I would not have traveled this far, and this dream would not never have happened. So I would say, like work hard, like toil yourself, and at the end of the tunnel, there is light for sure.
Okay, now that was a beautiful way of telling the entire journey there. And I think on behalf of Fazal sir, I think he's the person who would take your interview there as well. So I would like to thank from the entire ABHIPEDIA team for choosing us for the mock interviews there. And this is for all the students that keep learning, guys, because if you really want to materialize your dreams, you will have to work on it, because that's the ultimate thing that helps you in achieving the goals. And I would like to thank you for giving us the time for this interview. And at the same time, heartiest congratulations from the entire team of ABHIPEDIA for clearing the examination.
Okay, thanks again for ABHIPEDIA, because the interview session was free, and you were kind enough to guide us through the journey. So So much thanks to you, the whole team. Thank you so much, and even this session, it was beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Aisha.
And
Thank you, everyone. And keep learning further, because NABARD Grade A for this year would be out soon. So it's the wording of the person who has definitely cleared it, that you should start before the notification arrives, because ultimately, if you really want to achieve the goal, first of all, you'll have to do your own homework, right? So thank you so much, everyone. And this is where we end this particular session. And I hope you learned a lot about NABARD Grade A from this particular session. Thank you, guys.